June 23rd was around the time that I finished the Kickstarter, and then I left to start walking on July 9th, 2013, which was my 22nd birthday. And at the time, that was when I took the vow of silence, and I wanted to just have a kind of purity of action, and you know, I felt that ultimately I wanted to see the country, I wanted to photograph it, and I wanted to do it in as meaningful a way as I could, and I wanted the process and action of doing it to be integral to the photographs themselves. So I guess I took a vow of silence to emphasize the point that the medium is about listening and being aware of the things around you, and not so much about I guess like synthesizing things from within, but taking in what's around you. So that's where it began, and I did that for a year and got to California, and now I'm on my way back, and I decided to speak this time around because I think that a year of silence, it accomplished for me what it needed to, and it helped me it just helped me to relax in a way, and to learn how to see in a way that I didn't before, and to think in a way that I think has been hugely influential for me coming back, especially through this weather.
How are you coping with this 10 degrees?
It's been rough, but I mean, I feel like the worst thing that can happen is that I get upset. So every time I start, feeling like I'm gonna panic or like get upset, I just feel like that's my chance to not get. That's the worst thing that can happen, and that's in my control. So I just try to stay calm through it.
All right.
It's been all right.
Where'd you sleep last night?
I slept down about 9 miles or so down the road, against a tree line at the back of a farm, and
So you were outside?
yeah.
Okay.
And it was all right. The thing that's struggle with is moisture in my tent builds up, and so after a few days my sleeping bag's getting pretty damp. So I'm going to try to figure out a way to dry it out before tonight. But it worked out all right, even though the bag was rated for 20 degrees.
Have you tried to stay in churches for the night?
Yeah, on a few different occasions I've sought refuge at a church, but I try not to seek help if I don't really need it, and I just kind of have the feeling that, if I put up with like a little discomfort and stuff, then when I really need something, it'll be there for me. But just I don't want to take more shelter than I need. But there have been a couple times that I was sort of like, it was just a really hairy situation, and the weather was really bad. So if I see a church and there's like the pastor's house right next door, then I'll usually try to see if he's home and help me out.
Yes.
And every time,
Yes, they're probably
everyone's been
welcoming.
really helpful, and
And I think people would appreciate hearing your story as much as anything. So
yeah, I think like people, knocking on doors sometimes. People have helped me out before, just while thinking I'm like a crazy person or something. And then when I explain myself, like it's almost like they're like really happy that they got to meet me. So that's kind of exciting. Or it's just it's cool, I guess. I like that.
You're not an everyday thing.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Donna, there's your story.
Yeah, it was okay last
I
night.
have lost
All right.
more stars
It was
over
alright.
the years.
It's like a matter of just trying to get out of the wind.
That's the big thing. The wind takes it from like 12 to -2.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's,
We don't have bills.
but, I don't know. It was okay, so
All right.
kept going in the morning.
Now, what's a normal day? You walk for how long? Does it vary?
I mean, I'm always trying to be consistent and not take, I try to reach a certain amount of miles every day.
Okay.
On flat land like this, I try to walk 30 miles, especially right now, because I'm trying to get somewhere and there's not, you know, if something comes up, like someone says, hey, like, do you want to come inside and warm up for a little while? I'll do that. You know, I won't say, no, I need to keep going, but otherwise I walk as, if I'm not doing anything else, I'll be walking. It's about 10 hours a day. Thank you. So I walk about 10 hours.
All right.
And I take an hour to an hour and a half in the morning. I do something like inside like this, and I try to find something in the evening.
Okay.
I think it seems like it would be easier, but I think that carrying the camera, the 4x5, is actually like one of the best things that I've had as far as just like bringing me, you know, peace in a way, because I just love working with the camera, and I love I love thinking about what I'm doing so much, and I like that it's not, I'm not compelled to constantly be photographing, and in that way it's like a relief. I don't, I pass by things and I think, well, you know, I'm only going to take 3 or 4 pictures today, and, you know, that's not going to be one of them. And so I don't end up having an experience that's through the lens. It ends up being more, I think almost more pure way of photographing is like always thinking about photographs, but not always needing to click and grab and grab and grab.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, I just love the camera.
I love that field camera format as well. But like I say, it just would have been so much easier to go with 35. How many pictures, estimate, have you taken?
About 2,000. So I guess I'd be about 4 pictures a day or so.
Okay.
On average. Out here, like right now, it's actually just about too cold to take a picture because I have to take my hands out of my gloves. I only have about 20 seconds or so before I think
I read, I don't know, I think it may have been somewhere in your comment about your fingers being cold and not even knowing how the film reacts in that kind of a cold weather.
Yeah,
you know?
it makes it difficult in the cold weather, but I mean, I took, and through this this like cold spell, I've taken like 3 photographs, and they were all quite an ordeal. But I think, I mean, if anything, I'll just have at least a few documents to remember, like the, you know.
Yeah, that's, you know, like I say, I've been photographing things since I was 12, and I just love, you know, to be able to go back and look and say this was where I was at, especially now with my family. You know, my kids are 34 and 29, so you know they're older, but we can go back. My wife and I, she's kept scrapbooks and stuff. Is there any intent? I'm sure somebody would publish a book. Have you heard from anybody about publishing your pictures?
Not yet. I'm kind of holding off on that right now.
Okay.
I'm
How we doing?
hoping to develop the photographs first, and I kind of had the feeling like I don't want to talk about publishing things with people if I don't have the photographs to show them, and so they can see what I'm actually talking about. And it's you know,
Everybody's sick.
I feel like the photography is like the second half of like my vision for the project. The first half being just like what you were talking about, like just demonstrating.
It's time to eat.